captain's log. Big and stinky.
Okay, so what are we going to do now? I'm going to give you a little heads up on the Ripclip here. How to take it apart, how to set it up, etc, etc, etc. Okay, so I've just taken this off the one of my markers. Doesn't matter which one because we're talking about the Ripclip. First thing I want to do is take the internals out, right? I've broke a ball in it, whatever. Just in here, oh, this is part of the feed tube. This feed tube clips in, clips out. Well, it doesn't even clip, it's just a tight interference fit, okay? You can push this in, you can push this out. Right, next, once you've done that, put your finger inside. There is like a spring guide, which is this thing. This just pulls up, but it pulls up and pushes in down, up and down, not left and right. Okay, that leaves us with the feedy wheel in the middle. But I'm not going to do this here. What I have, in true Blue Peter style, is a halo. Now remember, your Ripclip is a halo. It's just scaled down. But so many people keep asking me, how do they set their hoppers up? Well, different size paint requires different size or amount of force to push it into a marker. Okay, big paint requires more force. Now, underneath this wheel, there's a spring, and this your drive cone. See, when I let that go, boing, boing. You see it flicks forward, boing, doing, doing. That's what we call ball stack pressure. Okay, do that again. Just to make you sure. Oh no, it's not going to bloody work now. There we go. Right, you see it's got a little bit of spring tension. Well, you can change this spring tension. It's really easy to do. So your gun is double feeding because the paint is really small, right? And you know, you haven't read the instructions. You don't know how to do the programming. Yeah, I get it all the time, man. It's starting to really bug me, actually. Right, there you go. I can't stay angry with you guys. So underneath there is this spring. See this spring on my screwdriver? And on this spring there are two tabs, two bits of wire that stick out. Where these bits of wire stick out is actually the direct effect that the amount of this spring, and it's the amount of tension it can put onto your drive cone above, right? Move the tabs, change the spring tension. Now, you can take it out completely and don't use it at all, and that will give you no spring tension whatsoever. This will singularly only feed when the hopper is activated. So you would have to do your programming. Oh, programming! Oh no! Even though the programming on the Ripclip is achieved by one single button, and my 6-year-old child can do it, but there you go. I'm getting really bitchy now, and oh dear, what am I like? But there is another way to do it as well. This is a bit of a tricky one. So put your, you've got your spring in there. Just make sure it's located okay. Yeah, your spring's located okay. On the bottom of here, there's a tab. The tab on the underneath of this drive cone lines up with the upper tab on the spring. Once you've got those two in line, one touches the other and you get your spring tension, right? Now what you can do, once you've got it all locked together and you've got your little bit of spring tension, you can just lift this drive cone just a little bit and you can pre-wind it up. It's a difficult thing to do. Right, there we go, I've got it done. Oh yeah, that's probably about twice the spring tension I had before. In fact, I wouldn't actually recommend this, but you never know, it might get you out of the jam sometime. So now we have, ooh, see that go? We have mega spring pressure now. We have quite a lot of spring pressure, but with a high spring pressure you will need high quality aftermarket detents, and most people don't bother. So this is for extreme. Say you've got 695 paint and it won't even go through the feed net. This is what your ball stack is for. We used to run like this back in the day when it was all 30 balls a second and Tawny. You know, the rules for Tawny or fire cap limits were as fast as your gun would fire. This is one of the tricks we used to have to keep a massive pressure on the ball stack all the time. So that was fairly simple, wasn't it? Your programming on your Ripclip is all done through the on-off button. How complicated is that? Switch your hopper on, 2 seconds later press and hold, and it will go through 2 programming lights. You have rotor speed, yeah, how fast the rotor turns, and you have microphone sensitivity. Microphone sensitivity is the volume of the microphone and what it can hear. Okay, those two are quite, quite simple jobs. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this back together. We put this little joint in first. It's quite difficult to show you this actually, but it just kind of pushes in. But remember, it pushes in up and it comes out, in, out, shake it all about, up and down, vertical movements, no left to right. This one, you see on the top of this, you can see it in the video, there's a little channel. That sits into another little guide in there, so you can't put that in wrong. There's no way you can do it wrong, it only goes in one way, don't be scared of it. God, Jesus, man. I feel like I'm back at Woolwich Arsenal doing small arms training. Right, you all little lot. Once you've done that, drop your 2 screws in. And I do find these easier. These are the original fittings that come with the Ripclip, by the way. And you don't have to go like bleeding Arnold Schwarzenegger on these things. Pinch tight. That's all you have to do, it's just pinch tight. Nothing I do requires like 50 Newton pounds of torque to do up or undo. Everything I do is pinch tight, including the end bolt. You see the end bolt again is pinch tight. The whole point of this is that you can take this apart with no tools. Get that in your head, no tools. Apart from that, it's done. It's ready to rock and roll. We'll do a last check, make sure everything's cool. That hissing is my hose pipe, not the gun, obviously, because we haven't put any air in it yet, have we? I'm just going to wind the regulator up a bit. Will you stop leaking? You sound like it's my bleeding marker, and it's not my marker. So that's ready to go. This will be hitting the post today or Monday.